Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, continue back. Uh, First of all, sorry for the technical problem. Okay, so now let's continue watching the YouTube regarding the processing of coffee bean. Right. Okay, this is the video. Okay, so let's watch it. Okay. So this is the part of the harvesting, and this is the part where the farmers immerse or soaks the coffee fruits into the water, and this is the drying process. So the fruit seed will be dry for 2 to 3 days under the direct sunlight. And this is the dry coffee fruits, and it is a process where the skin and the pulp will be separated, and this is the coffee beans. Okay, after the process of separation. Okay, so they will remove the defects, any defects of the coffee bean, and this is the roasting machines. Okay, all the coffee bean will be roasted at a higher temperature. And here we go. And the coffee bean will be ground to be the cocoa, will be the powder, so make it easy for us to make a coffee drink. And we can drink the coffee. Okay, thank you. Okay, so harapnya semuanya faham lah kot bila tengok video tadi tu. Sangat menarik. Okay, so let's continue our lesson. Okay, okay, this one. Okay, and then at the end of the coffee bean processing, so the powder of the coffee bean will produce the end aroma that is sought after by coffee drinkers. And for your information, the coffee drinks basically are served hot or tea with the milk or without the milk. Okay, actually it depends on the consumer desire. Kan mereka nak minum macam mana terpulang. And then the example of the coffee drinks that we have in Malaysia especially, okay, such as the kopi o kosong, kopi o ais kosong, okay, the milk coffee, kopi susu ais, so macam-macam lah. Okay, ada yang coffee campur dengan koko. That one, the combination between the coffee and Milo, we name it as the Neslo. Okay, and basically the coffee, tea, and the cocoa drinks, basically we drink them after the dinner and for the afternoon tea for many nationalities. But for the European, coffee and tea are traditional after dinner drinks. Means that after they have their dinner, basically they will drink the coffee, tea, or cocoa drinks. Okay, and this is the example of the quite popular coffee brands that we have in Malaysia. So kalau kata di Malaysia tu yang paling biasa kita dengar adalah Nescafe. Okay, Nescafe. Uh, so Nescafe ni pun ada pelbagai jenis orang kata perasa kopi tu kan. Ada yang original milk, ada yang warna merah tu lah, ada yang original kan, ada yang campur dengan apa ni, hazelnut, so macam-macam. Okay. So ada juga selain daripada Nescafe, kita ada juga daripada Jelly Bits, ada daripada green coffee, what this one from the lectin. So banyaklah. Okay, so the next beverage industry is the cocoa based food and drink industry. Okay, so for the cocoa, the scientific name is the Theobroma cacao. Okay, nama lain kakao, and the family is the Citrulliaceae, dan asalnya adalah from the Amazon Valley. Okay, so actually the cocoa industry, actually the orang kata elemen yang diperlukan tu sama juga macam teh dan juga uh, kopi. Okay, so uh, tanaman juga perlukan enzymatic browning, okay, to turn them into the brown color or dark color. Okay, so introduction. So the Latin name for the cacao is the Theobroma, as I mentioned before, and it means that the foods of the gods. Makanan untuk dewa. Okay, so senang kata, ianya dulu dikatakan sebagai it's like the leisurely foods or leisurely drinks. Lebih kepada untuk orang-orang bangsawan. Okay, and then the cacao tree is a tropical plant grown in the hot and rainy climates, and so like Malaysia, like our country, so we have this climate, and this is the reason why the cocoa plants are stable to be planted in our country. Okay, and most of the cocoa plants are cultivated in Sarawak and Sabah mostly. Okay, and although it's the base known as the principal ingredient in chocolate, there are actually four intermediate cocoa products that may be derived from the cocoa beans. Okay, so means that not just producing the cocoa beans, actually we can have four more products that we can uh, extract from the beans. Okay, so those four products, we produce the cocoa liquor, okay, the cocoa butter, cocoa cake, and the cocoa powder. Okay, dan keempat-empat ni berbeza. Berbeza lah. Dan biasanya yang ini kita masih lagi kita masih kelaskannya sebagai mahal mentah. Okay, cocoa liquor, cocoa butter, cocoa cake, and cocoa powder. And this is the cocoa plants and is the cocoa fruits. And what we can see in this picture, so the outer layer actually this one is the pod. Dia adalah pod saja, and then the beans are located inside the pods. Okay, so kita kena belah dari dulu lah. Okay, to extract the the cocoa beans. Okay, so this is the processing. Okay, how we harvest and process the cocoa. Okay, so in cocoa, so the ripe pods are harvested and split open by using a knife. Okay, and then uh, we orang kata kita keluarkan dia punya seeds tu. Okay, so we take out all the seed from the pods, and then the seeds are fermented for 5 to 7 days in a wooden container. Okay, and during this fermentation, the enzymatic browning take place. Okay, and then after the process of the fermentation, so we can observe that the mucilage disintegrates and removes easily. Okay, and then after that, it will be the process of the drying. Okay, where the farmers will dry all the cocoa beans under the direct sunlight for 2 or 3 days. And the reason why we do the process of drying because we want to remove the moisture content, okay, and from from 55% to 7.5%. So banyaklah kelembapan yang kita buang. Okay, and after the process of drying, so the cocoa ataupun the seeds, okay, already known as the dry seeds. Ataupun kita panggil sebagai cocoa beans lah. Okay, so and then at that moment the color already turns into brown and produce a little bit aroma. Okay, and then the dry seeds are ground, okay, to produce the cocoa powder, which is used to make the cocoa drinks, chocolate, and other food products. Okay, and basically for the process number 6, okay, we'll have more complex process, okay, to produce the cocoa liquor, cocoa butter, cocoa powder, and the cocoa cake. Okay. Okay, so ini proses secara keseluruhan lah. Okay, macam mana terbentuk ataupun terhasilnya cocoa beans. Okay, so adanya proses harvesting, kita kena buka dia punya pods and then do the fermentation around 5 to 7 days, and then we do the drying process for 2 to 3 days, and then at the end of the drying process, we will get the coffee beans. Okay. Okay, so this is the cross section of the cocoa. Uh, so the part that we want ataupun yang kita mahukan actually is the bean. This one, the beans. Okay. So ini pods, di luarnya adalah pods. Okay, so the mucilage ni adalah bahagian yang kita makan, the pulp. Okay, so bean tu berada di dalam pulp tadi itulah. And then we have to remove the pulp so that we can obtain the bean. Okay. Okay, so this is the process. Okay, how the cocoa bean will be processed to be the cocoa liquor, cocoa powder, cocoa cake, and the cocoa butter. Okay, so kalau tengok sini, so this is the cocoa beans after we do the drying process, and we need to clean the cocoa bean surface, and then we do the preheating. Okay, and then after that we'll have the process of the breaking and winnowing. So breaking and winnowing actually is the process to separate the seeds and the halves. Kita nak pisahkan, kita nak pisahkan dia punya permukaan atas seed tu ada permukaan kita panggil sebagai husks. Okay, so we want to remove the husks from the beans and we get the cocoa nibs. And the cocoa nib we have the process of roasting at the higher temperature, grinding and refining. Okay, and then after the process of the grinding, so the cocoa nibs will turn into cocoa liquor. So cocoa liquor ni telah dicampur dengan air, telah dipanaskan. Okay, so cocoa liquor is one of the product, and that is the pressing. Okay, pemerahan. So the product obtained from the pressing actually is the cocoa butter. Okay, and then the residue will be the cocoa cake. But the cocoa cake can be turned into the cocoa powder if we grind them into the smaller size. Okay, so dapatlah cocoa butter, cocoa cake, and the cocoa powder. And this is a little bit description, okay, for certain process that I show you within this figure. Okay, so contohnya winnowing. So winnowing is separation of hulls and the nib. Okay, okay, and then the nibs grinding. This is the process where the cocoa nibs are ground into cocoa liquor. Ini lah dia tadi tu proses ni. Okay, so cocoa nibs will be ground to be the cocoa liquor. Okay, and cocoa liquor actually is the unsweetened chocolate or cocoa maize. Okay, and it's the cocoa liquor. So it's the paste. It's like the paste produced from the ground coconut. So dia parti daripada coconut yang telah kita hancurkan. And cocoa liquor basically is able to make the chocolate baking. Okay, and this is the cocoa cake. Okay, so after the extraction of the butter, we will get the cocoa cake. And cocoa powder is the dry and the ground cocoa solids. And cocoa butter, uh, it is like the vegetable fats that come from the cocoa beans. Okay, so the lemak sayuran lah, cocoa butter. Okay, so so in Malaysia, so we have one agency that is responsible to manage the cocoa plantation. So the agency is the Malaysian Cocoa Board, and HQ is located in Tawau, Sabah. Okay, so the function ataupun the responsibility of the MCB, the Malaysian Cocoa Board, okay, so that are responsible to make the policy, okay, do the promotion and then do the R&D regarding the cocoa crop, okay. And this is the product that can be uh, produced from the cocoa. Okay, kebanyakannya adalah coklat lah. Okay, and this is the several orang kata ingredients, okay, to make the chocolate. Okay, so cocoa powder is a mix with the water, now called as the cocoa paste. Okay, so to make the chocolate, so there are four components are needed. Okay, so the first one we need the cocoa paste. Okay, second we need the cocoa butter. Third we need the milk, and lastly we need the sugar. So gula pun diperlukan baru rasanya manis. Kalau kita guna coklat saja sebenarnya rasanya dia kurang manis. Dia rasa macam pahit-pahit, tapi dia pahit sedap. Okay, and then all these components are thoroughly mixed to get the dark, thick and the creamy mixture. Okay, and then sometimes to produce the chocolate bars, okay, so the mixture of the ingredients, okay, will be put into the various molds. So kita akan masukkan dalam pembekas. Maksudnya kalau kita nak dapatkan bentuk macam bars, so kena ada dia punya acuan dia, molds. Okay, kalau nak buat bulat, lain pula. Okay, and then for making the panel chocolate, contohnya like the rounded or oblong shape, and then we want to put the nuts inside the chocolate. So basically to get this uh, uh, apa ni, a shape. Okay, so we will put all the ingredients into the machine where they will rotate, okay, and vibrating the trays. Okay, and then the chocolates are placed on the plastic tray and passed through the metal detector, and the tray is mechanically wrapped and later placed in the packet, tin or box. Okay, so inilah dia pelbagai jenis bentuk uh, coklat, ada yang bentuk bars, ada yang bentuk bulat. Okay, bergantung pada acuan. Okay, and then chocolates are very versatile foods. So and sometimes we can some research say that the chocolate can give the energy. So it's like the energy boosters. Okay, it's like the snack that can give the energy. And okay, that can supply energy to the consumers. Okay, and then the chocolate also a popular gift item for the birthday, Valentine, the New Year celebration, the anniversary, open houses, and etc. Okay, and then to diversify the taste of and the flavor, so a range of the fruits and nuts are added in the chocolate bars or in the single rounded balls. Okay, so kalau tengok sekarang ni tak ada lagi dah coklat yang inti dia kosong. Kebanyakannya ada macam campuran, contoh macam kacang, buah raisins. Okay, so contoh filling tu kita guna raisins. Okay, macadamia nuts, hazelnut, almond, fruits and nuts, cashew nuts, Brazil nuts, and pecan nuts. Okay, so banyaklah filling kita boleh masuk dalam coklat. Okay, inilah dia. Nampak sedap. Okay, contoh famous brand of chocolate like the Ferrero Rocher, Hershey, Ritos Pop. Okay, okay, and then cocoa, not just to make it as the chocolates, we also can make them to be the cocoa drinks. Okay, so hot or iced cocoa drinks are popular among the customer at the food store, restaurant or coffee tiam. Okay, and then uh, there was one research that said that the flavonoid content of the cocoa drinks can improve the blood vessel functioning in smokers. So this is the statement uh, got from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. Okay, so minum coklat ni bagus dah sebenarnya. Okay, and then the cocoa-based drink. Okay, makanan berasaskan koko. For example, like Milo, Vico, and then we have the cocoa flavor breakfast cereal, kan, such as the Cocoa Crunch. So basically demanded by the children and adolescents. Okay, and then the example of the company that monopolize this kind of the cocoa drinks in Malaysia, such as the Nestle, okay, Yap Sense, dan banyak lagi lah. Okay, so ni lah dia, cocoa shake, cocoa ice cream, cocoa cheese. Okay, and then uh, selain daripada coffee, tea and cocoa, we also have the certain crops that desirable import apa ni that desire the uses of the enzymatic browning. Okay, contohnya for example like the production of raisins and the dry figs. Okay, so kismis dengan uh, buah tin yang kering, so perlukan juga proses enzymatic browning. Uh, okay, so kalau contoh macam raisin, so raisin daripada anggur, so anggur tu akan di fermented and dry to be the raisins. So kalau dry figs tu totally from the figs lah, daripada buah tin. Okay, cuma dikeringkan. Ada proses uh, enzymatic browning. Okay, so enzymatic browning during the drying turns all these products golden brown, basically for the raisin, and then the dark brown for the figs. Okay, so ni lah rupa dia. Okay, so ni kismis tadi tu setelah dikeringkan, kan anggur tu setelah dikeringkan dia menjadi kismis. Okay, so ini adalah buah tin yang dikeringkan, so dia akan kecut. Okay, dan sedap. Okay, nak habis dah. Okay, and then for the non-beverage enzymatic browning, in some instance enzymatic browning is undesirable. Okay, contohnya for example in here, uh, like the crop such as like the fruits such as the banana, apple, okay, the potatoes, and some species of the mushroom, okay, uh, and the young shoots of the coconut. Okay, so basically uh, apa ni, it is undesirable for the enzymatic browning. Okay, and then contohnya when we cut the apples or the bananas, okay, ataupun berlakunya bruise or injured or cut open. So basically the exposed tissue, okay, will turn into the brown, okay, and then the result is when it is turned into the brown color, so of course the appearance is unattractive and produce the undesirable taste and lowers the quality. So bila kata quality tu jatuh, so harga uh, untuk kita menjual hasil pertanian itu pun akan jatuh juga. Okay. Okay. And then the plant or fruit tissues exposed to the oxygen in the presence of the catalytic enzymes promotes the pigment causing the undesirable enzymatic browning in many cases. Okay. So ni sama juga macam contoh ni. For example, like cut or peel the fruits, kan kita potong buah uh, apple ni, kemudian kita letak di luar. Selalunya tak sampai sejam kita akan lihat permukaan yang terdedah tu pada udara tu dah akan bertukar warna perak ataupun warna coklat. Okay, so sama juga macam pisang. Pisang kan, bila kita buka dia punya kulit tu, kita letak je kat luar. So nanti pada bahagian pisang yang boleh dimakan tu dah akan bertukar menjadi warna brown color. Okay. Okay, so the end. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So if you have any question, you can ask your lecturer. Okay, and then before we dismiss, I would like to apologize for any mistakes that I make during the presentation. Okay, itu saja daripada saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat berbuka.